Hi guys, this is Thor here in Anaheim, Los Angeles at the NAMM show, and I'm here with the amazing Andy Wood.
You're overselling it.
No, I'm definitely not. I mean, I think it's fair to say that you're considered one of the up-and-coming great guitar players.
Well, I appreciate it.
We just ran into John Petrucci and he said the same thing actually. So can you give us a little bit of a background on how you started playing and everything?
Sure. I was a wee lad. My granddad got me started playing in bluegrass, played bluegrass mandolin. Started playing when I was around 4 and never touched an electric guitar until I was maybe 17 or 18. And then I heard Brent Mason, the Nashville player, I heard his solo on a Mark O'Connor album. Mark O'Connor is a fiddle player, and I got it because of mandolin and fiddle and banjo and this. Yeah. And I heard his telly solo on a song called Pick It Apart. And I was just like, what is this sound? I must have it, I must do it. And then next thing you know, it's a strict diet of Dixie Dregs and, you know, all flavors of distortion and, you know, Steve Vai and all these other influences coming in. And then fusion, I get into that and it's a snowball.
Yeah.
You know, and as a kid growing up, I only wanted to play mandolin and only wanted to be a mandolin player. And, you know, when I was, like I said, a teenager, it just hit me that was like, whoa, Van Halen, what is that? That's amazing. I want to sit down and learn it and work on it. So I'd work on that for, you know, a long time. And then I would hear Chick Corea, Light as a Feather, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to work on that. So as a byproduct of just loving music, I ended up being able to, you know, fake my way through several different things. And it's good because it's kept me working, you know, nonstop, because I can kind of, you know, go play for Sebastian Bach or go do an instrumental fusion clinic, you know, so I'm very lucky. Still to this day, my granddad's 83 and I go home and he's like, well, we better pick a couple of songs, you know, so it's just like, we don't really talk, we sit and play music all the time.
Oh, great.
So I was lucky to be surrounded by musicians in growing up. The bluegrass community, for a long time was very small. Yeah. It seemed like when the movie Oh Brother Where Art Thou came out, it made it very popular and very cool and in fashion. But before that, I mean, we would go to bluegrass jams and it would be like several different players, Chris Thiele, you know, Cody Kilby, who plays with Ricky Skaggs. Yeah. All these guys would just, you know, we just jammed all the time. Yeah. And it was just a small community. You knew that Alison Krauss was going to be at a festival and there would only be about, you know, a couple of hundred people there. Where now she plays arenas. You know, it was literally, it felt like in the course of 1 year, bluegrass went from subculture to pop culture. You know,
it's a cool thing. How about gear? What do you use? What do you play?
A lot of that depends on what I've got to do.
Yeah.
I like the Tone Prince pedals from you guys so much because they're so small. And when I do a clinic or something like that, I may not even be able to take a full board. It might be like throw a couple of pedals in the front of a gig bag and hope for the best. Or if you're walking into a hired gun scenario and they're just, you know, they call you at the last minute, you have no idea what you're going to take and you're not allowed a lot of space for whatever reason. That's great that they're not massive delay pedals, you know. So I like that. Right now, as far as amps, I'm using a lot of different things. I really have always loved diesel amplification. So I switch back and forth on the Hagen and the Herbert. For more rock, I go to Herbert. There's a builder in Indiana. His name is Kyle Rhodes. He's building an amazing amp called the Colossus. I love it. I'm using it a lot. And of course, John Sir's amps.
They're great as well.
You can't say enough about that. I'm playing his guitars. And I use Badgers sessions. So it's really more like, what do I need to do?
What works for
I'm not going to take a Badger to a metal gig or vice versa. Right now, I am writing for 2 different things. There is one band that's a trio that's got more of an old school type of vibe called Drunk with Guns.
I like the name.
Everybody laughs when I say the name, so I'm like, we got it right when we named it. And we're trying to do a mixture of things like Alice in Chains and that kind of depth, but a very improvisational based, like a Zeppelin. You know, they would have 3-minute songs and you see them live and these songs turn into 9-minute songs. So we're trying to take those influences and package it and make a sound, because that's all the music we love. And on the other side, while I'm writing for that, I'm writing for my next solo record. Which I wanted to take my previous solo record, which I'm glad to say that people liked it, and it had moments of acoustic music and moments of shred and this, that, and the other. The next record, I'm hoping to do a double album that is one acoustic, maybe 8 or 9 songs, one shred, 8 or 9 songs, and the title track have a shred version and an acoustic
Oh,
version.
cool.
of the
That's a
station.
cool
So
idea.
that's the goal for this year is to get that thing to come out.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't get backlogged with gigs. Last year I didn't have time to work on anything because it was playing all the time.
Yeah.
You know, gigging. So hopefully this year, now with the iPad getting so many different ways to record,
Yeah.
Cubase and the Alesis dock and things like this,
Yeah.
maybe I'll be able to write more.
Yeah, even on the road.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck and thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.